Welcome back to another video. Today we are in the Open Great League. We want to be showcasing the team with Greninja and Clefable with the Medicham here. Medicham gets switched in when they reveal that they have the Diggersby here. We don't have to show the first one here. Even though a Hyper Beam does go through, we are able to tank it. We're going to throw this Ice Punch right here, right before they get to their next move. It doesn't quite KO, but it gets them low enough to where they potentially could have shielded, but they didn't. So here we're gonna get farm down here, but it's okay. We have the Greninja to actually take care of this Renorigus pretty easily. They go for the Samtoon bait there, and then they go for the Double here. Double is gonna be able to get to these body slams fairly quickly here. We are gonna have to throw this meter match bait here. We do get the shield, which is great. We're going to show this next one here so that we can control when we can throw the move. We're going to be able to get to another meter match right here. They decided to let it go. And then here we are able to get to another meter match. And we are going to be able to get the last shield and win the CAP tie right there. We're going to let this body slam go through because we know we have energy on our Greninja. And we are able to get one fast move in, and then we throw this Hydro. And then we're going to be able to get to another move here to KO this Double because we have a shield remaining. So GG's to our opponent right there. Pretty significant team comp against theirs. It was pretty much just alignment. So next game, let's see what we can face here. The Greninja and Clefable core, pretty solid as they cover each weaknesses quite well. And then Medicham is kind of just there as a safe swap right there. Here we get switched into the Lantern. This Lantern here is going to have to be taken out with this Clefable because we don't want this Clefable necessarily on the first Pokemon. So we're going to go for this Moonblast right here. Moonblast does not quite take it out, but we actually don't care if we win this switch or not because we are going to be able to have two counters to their front Pokemon. We are going to try to farm down. We do get the farm down, which is great. We do avoid them getting to another move. Here we have the Steelix to deal with. We're going to go for this Nice Slash. They go for the shield. Here we have to decide whether we want to shield here or not. We decided to let it go. And we thought we could survive it, but clearly we did not. So this Medicham here is going to have to do all the work. We are taking a lot of damage here. So in hindsight, we should have shielded that Breakage Swipe on our Greninja there to allow us to reset the debuffs. And depending on what's in the back here, we're going to have to beat it with a double debuffed Medicham right here. So looks like it was the Mandibuzz. This Mandibuzz is going to be able to get to a lot of moves. It's pretty tanky. Not only is it pretty tanky, but it does have the Aerial Ace, which is going to be able to take out our Medicham quite well. Maybe if we had shielded the Greninja and then saved that energy and then only had the Medicham single debuffed, this would have changed the outcome, but unfortunately that was not the case. Next game here, let's see what we face. There's a Steelix again, so we're expecting them to switch out at some point here. So we're just going to throw on right when we have the move. Our opponent ends up throwing their move right when they get it. We're going to shield this because we want them to feel like they have to switch out. And we do want this Greninja fairly healthy. We do get two shields here. We're going to switch out because we want to see what they have in the bag. So we do bait out their own Medicham here, which is interesting because this Medicham probably would have done decent against the Greninja we have, but then again, they have no shield, so that is the case here. So we are going to try to get to a move here. They decide to use some energy to take out our Medicham. Ice Punch energy gets used, and now we know that we can come back in with the Clefable here. This Clefable is going to look for... Well, now we potentially could farm down, maybe? Oh, they go for the Ice Punch right there, so maybe not able to get to the farm down at this point, but we're going to shield here. Ends up being another Ice Punch right there, so we at least come out with a lot of energy with the Clefable. The Greninja does try to snipe the Steelix, but unfortunately, they were successful in switching out into their Lantern. This Lantern here is going to have to take out this Clefable with a lot of energy. We go for the Moonblast. Don't get the debuff, unfortunately. And what move they are going to throw here? They're going to throw the Surf here, and they're going to be able to take us out right there. So GG's to our opponent right there. Unfortunate, number one, that we actually got the debuff on our own Medicham versus their Medicham. And then also, the Greninja right there was not able to clean up. So here we're going to be switched in with the Obstagoon. And then we're going to use our Medicham here to absolutely counter this Obstagoon down. Interesting enough that they switched into the Obstagoon. So here they do have the Golbat here, Shadow Golbat. They do shield the Ice Punch there. It could have been Psychic. We're going to go for another Ice Puncher to do the damage. It's already at half. And then we're going to be able to get to this move here because we can only take Poison Fangs. So our opponent ends up switching into the Vigoroth here. This Vigoroth is quite spammy. Going to be able to do most of this damage from these charge moves. We're going to apply the pressure, go for this Moonblast right here. Let's see if our opponent ends up shielding. No shield from our opponent. They know that they can survive it. And here we're going to invest the shield to keep this Clefable pretty decently healthy. We're going to go for this Meteor Mash right here to basically force them to make a decision. Are they going to shield or they're going to let it go? They decide to shield. It was a CAP tie. We're going to go for this shield right here. And our opponent ends up switching into their Golbat. We already have a move on our Greninja. We go for it. Take out the Greninja. And then we have the Greninja actually use two fast moves to take out the Vigoroth right there. So GG's to our opponent. Vigoroth unable to take out the Greninja. Greninja too spamming. Another great lead here. We have the Gligar, expecting them to switch out. But we're going to make sure we throw a Night Slash first. Try to get a shield. We do get the shield, which is great. Then our opponent is going to be able to get to a move here. We do have to consider shielding here. Arrow Ace, well, not KO, but it would get us pretty low. They switch out into the Lantern. So we're going to switch into our Medicham as we don't want this matched up against the Gligar. Here we're going to go for a little bit extra farm, and then we're going to go for this Psychic right here. This Psychic does get let go. And then our opponent ends up using some energy. We're okay letting this go because we do have the Clefable or Greninja to either farm down and potentially take out whatever they have in the back. They do have the Wigglytuff in the back here, so we do throw a Hydro Cannon, switch out into our own Clefable. Luckily, we still have a shield, so they are afraid to switch out as well. We go for the Meteor Mash, do a huge amount of damage. We know that we can get to this Moonblast here. We're going to be able to Moonblast this Gligar. Does it take it out? Does take it out perfectly. And we are able to get to another Meteor Mash here to take out this Wigglytuff here. So GG's to our opponent. Check out this team if you haven't already. And let us know if you enjoyed the video.